Imagine having a mind that's both a blessing and a curse. A mind that sees patterns others miss, feels emotions others can't fathom, and dreams up visions of a better world. Now imagine that same mind keeping you awake at night, making you feel like an alien among your own species, and exhausting you with its constant whirlwind of thoughts and feelings. Welcome to the world of an INFJ. You've probably heard about INFJs, the supposed rarest personality type, often described as insightful, empathetic, and visionary. But you might not know the daily struggle of possessing such a unique and complex mind. Today, we're diving deep into the unseen difficulties of being an INFJ, peeling back the layers of this enigmatic personality to reveal the challenges that lie beneath the surface. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you are unsure if you are an INFJ, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. Now let's dive into the first INFJ difficulty. Difficulty number 1, the intensity of the INFJ mind. Let's start with the core of the INFJ experience, the sheer intensity of their mental processes. INFJs are blessed, or cursed, with a mind that never seems to shut off. It's like having a supercomputer constantly running complex simulations, analyzing past experiences, and trying to predict future outcomes. This constant mental activity can be exhilarating. INFJs often report having profound insights and aha moments that seem to come out of nowhere. But it can also be exhausting. Imagine trying to fall asleep when your brain is busy connecting dots between a conversation you had 3 years ago, a book you read last week, and a potential solution to climate change. It's no wonder INFJs often struggle with insomnia or feel mentally drained even after a full night's sleep. Moreover, INFJs can become overwhelmed by their own ideas and insights. It's not uncommon for an INFJ to have multiple epiphanies in a single day, each one feeling urgent and essential. However, translating these abstract thoughts into concrete actions or coherent explanations can be frustrating. It's like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. The ideas are there, brilliant and fleeting, but pinning them down can feel impossible. Difficulty number 2, the struggle with external reality. While INFJs excel in the realm of ideas and abstract thinking, they often struggle with the nuts and bolts of everyday life. Simple tasks like grocery shopping or organizing a closet can feel overwhelming, not because INFJs lack intelligence, but because their minds are so focused on the big picture that details can slip through the cracks. One INFJ described it this way: "It's like my brain is a powerful telescope, great for gazing at distant stars, but terrible for finding my keys." This struggle with practical matters can lead to feelings of inadequacy and frustration, especially when INFJs compare themselves to other types of people who can effortlessly navigate the physical world. Additionally, INFJs can experience sensory overload in stimulating environments. A crowded mall, a noisy restaurant, or even a cluttered room can feel overwhelming to an INFJ's sensitive nervous system. This sensitivity, combined with their tendency to absorb others' emotions, can make everyday situations feel like navigating a minefield of overstimulation. Difficulty number 3, the burden of empathy. One of the most celebrated traits of INFJs is their empathy, but this gift comes with a heavy price. INFJs don't just understand others' emotions, they feel them as if they were their own. This deep empathy allows INFJs to form profound connections and offer insightful advice, but it can also lead to emotional exhaustion and difficulty maintaining personal boundaries. Imagine walking through life as an emotional sponge, soaking up the feelings of everyone around you. For an INFJ, a simple trip to the grocery store can turn into an emotional roller coaster as they pick up on the stress of the harried mother in aisle 3, the excitement of the child eyeing the candy display, and the weariness of the cashier nearing the end of their shift. This constant influx of emotions can make it hard for INFJs to distinguish their own feelings from those of others. It's not uncommon for an INFJ to come home from a social gathering feeling drained and confused, unsure if the anxiety they're experiencing is their own or something they've absorbed from someone else. Difficulty number 4. The paradox of connection. INFJs crave deep, meaningful connections with others. They long for soul-stirring conversations and relationships that go beyond the surface level. Yet at the same time, they have an equally strong need for solitude and time to recharge. This push-pull between the desire for connection and the need for solitude can create a sense of internal conflict and even guilt. An INFJ might spend days looking forward to a social gathering, only to feel overwhelmed and drained within an hour of arriving. They might cancel plans at the last minute, not because they don't care about their friends, but because their mental and emotional batteries are completely depleted. This need for depth in relationships can also lead to frustration with small talk and surface-level interactions. INFJs often find themselves bored or irritated by conversations about the weather or the latest celebrity gossip. They crave discussions about life's big questions, about hopes and dreams and fears. But in a world that often values small talk as social lubricant, INFJs can feel out of place and misunderstood. Difficulty number 5. The weight of idealism. INFJs are natural idealists, always striving for perfection and envisioning a better world. This idealism can be a powerful driving force, inspiring INFJs to work towards positive change. However, it can also be a source of constant disappointment and frustration when reality fails to live up to their lofty visions. An INFJ might pour their heart and soul into a project, only to feel dissatisfied with the end result because it doesn't match the perfect image they had in their mind. They might become disillusioned with a job or a relationship that once excited them, not because anything has necessarily gone wrong, but because the day-to-day reality can't compete with their idealized expectations. This perfectionism extends to their view of themselves as well. INFJs often hold themselves to impossibly high standards, beating themselves up over small mistakes or perceived failures. The gap between their ideal self and their actual self can be a source of ongoing stress and self-doubt. Difficulty. Number 6. The Mask of Adaptation. INFJs have an almost chameleon-like ability to adapt to different social situations. They can read a room and adjust their behavior accordingly, often to the point where different friends might describe the same INFJ in completely different ways. This adaptability can be a valuable skill, allowing INFJs to navigate various social contexts with ease. However, this ability to wear different masks can also lead to a sense of internal conflict. INFJs may find themselves wondering which version of themselves is the real one. They might feel like they're constantly performing, never fully able to relax and be their authentic selves. Moreover, maintaining these different personas can be mentally and emotionally exhausting. An INFJ might come home from work or a social event feeling completely drained, not just from the interaction itself, but from the effort of keeping up their carefully crafted persona. Difficulty number 7. The Curse of Foresight. Thanks to their dominant introverted intuition, INFJs have an uncanny ability to anticipate future outcomes and potential problems. This foresight can be incredibly useful, allowing INFJs to plan ahead and avoid pitfalls. However, it can also be a source of significant anxiety and stress. INFJs often find themselves playing out multiple scenarios in their heads, considering every possible outcome of a decision or situation. While this can lead to well-thought-out plans, it can also result in decision paralysis or constant worry about potential future problems. This forward-thinking tendency can also make it difficult for INFJs to live in the present moment. They might struggle to enjoy a happy occasion because they're already anticipating its end or worrying about what comes next. Learning to balance their future-oriented thinking with present-moment awareness is often a lifelong challenge for INFJs. Difficulty. Number 8. The challenge of self-expression. Despite their rich inner world and deep insights, INFJs often struggle to express themselves clearly to others. The complexity of their thoughts and feelings can be difficult to translate into words, leading to frustration and a sense of being misunderstood. INFJs might find themselves stumbling over their words or giving up entirely when trying to explain an idea, not because the idea isn't clear in their mind, but because finding the right words feels impossible. This difficulty in self-expression can lead to a tendency to withdraw or keep their thoughts to themselves, further reinforcing feelings of isolation or being misunderstood. Being an INFJ is a unique and complex experience, filled with both extraordinary gifts and significant challenges. The intensity of their minds, their deep empathy, their idealism, and their intuitive insights allow INFJs to see the world in ways that others might miss. But these same qualities can also lead to overwhelm, exhaustion, and a sense of being out of step with the world around them. Understanding these unseen difficulties is crucial, not just for INFJs themselves, but for anyone who knows and cares about an INFJ. By recognizing these challenges, we can better support and appreciate the INFJs in our lives, helping them to harness their unique gifts while navigating the complexities of their inner world. To the INFJs watching this, know that you're not alone in your struggles. Your complex, beautiful mind is a gift, even when it feels like a burden. Embrace your uniqueness, seek balance, and remember that the very qualities that sometimes make life difficult are also what make you capable of profound insights and positive change in the world. And to everyone else, the next time you encounter someone who seems lost in thought, who shies away from small talk in favor of deep discussions, or who seems to understand you better than you understand yourself, you might just be in the presence of an INFJ. Take a moment to appreciate the complex inner world behind those perceptive eyes. You might just learn something extraordinary.